Yeah, how did it feel to wait as long as you did, and then the first one is a 56-yarder?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose you're kind of waiting all game, and then the way the game was going, we needed like two-point conversions if we scored a touchdown. So you were curious if if the opportunity's going to come up, but ultimately you just have to stay ready. And then they kicked that field goal to go up 11, so I knew we might have needed one at some stage. And yeah, look, the boys did a great operation, and I was just happy to be able to knock it down.
You started celebrating well before that clearly.
I actually can't. I backed out. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's like halfway there, and you started celebrating that.
I think I just saw. I looked up and I just saw it was going down the middle, so it was just I knew you had enough power on it anyway. So just the way it fell off the foot. So look, Kay and Zach do a great job. It's like you're only able to develop as much whenever you can trust your operation. So like I don't have to worry about them ever because I know the ball is going to be perfectly set up. And Zach Woods, I think, he's the best snapper in the league, and Kay's a great holder. So just delighted to be able to knock it down now.
How was your family able to make it out for games?
Yeah, so I found out on Friday, and I think if we had to wait like 3 or 4 more hours, I don't think it would have been possible. So it was that type of one. I think they had travelled 23 hours because they flew to Chicago and the flight got delayed because of snow. And then they flew down into Miami, so it was awesome to see them there. And I've got more people here. I've got my coach and my girlfriend and her family, and Connor here as well. So we've got a really good support network.
Which family members came?
So my whole family, my mum, dad, and 2 sisters.
Mom, dad, and then your 2 sisters.
Yeah. So and then my coach Ty came from Ireland, Connor came from Toronto. My girlfriend, her family came from New Orleans, so it's awesome. Yeah,
and obviously, Charlie, there's a lot of people back in Mayo Bridge that were waiting for you as well. They were all supporting him.
Yeah.
They had to wait a long time. Are you kind of upset about that you didn't get on the field earlier?
There was a thing. So I kind of told a few people at home when I found out. And, there was like a watch party in the pub in Mayo Bridge where I'm from, and I think there was anytime I scored, there was a free pint for everybody. So
there was small capacity, but high volume.
I was wondering if they were going to get one, but look, no, it was nice, but yeah.
And just to get to the field goal, so 56-piece McNugget, is there any range where you don't feel uncomfortable from? Because rumours are you've got like a big leg in camp, and you've kind of been hyped up quite a bit, and you looked completely relaxed and comfortable going in there.
Yeah, I mean, you get that, like, whenever you're in that situation, like, those juices flow that, like, you just can't replicate that when you're kicking on your own. Whenever you get that, it's all about, though, like, fueling that into something that is going to be a positive impact on you. So I use it just to swing harder, basically.
And speaking of positive impact, you may have hit, like, the most accurate onside kick of the season so far. Like, how did that feel, and what made you prompt to set the ball up the way you did?
We actually were watching... we did a scout report on the Dolphins today, and we saw Riley doing that, and we practiced it during the week, and we caught our own scout team, our own hands team off guard, and then me and Phil had a discussion about it, and we went for it, and Fella did a great job, the boys did a great job, and yeah, like it was nice to be able to recover that.
Is that how it's designed for him to kind of catch it as it gets to the sideline?
It's hard to know because it's very hard to control where it's going to spin, you know what I mean? So you know it's going to spin eventually as long as you don't smack it. So look, the boys just did a great job, and we practice those every week, so it's nice to be able to help the team out.
You practiced that version of it? How many times had you done that every week? For weeks?
Well, every Friday, myself and Blake would hit onsides, but you're just playing about with it, all the time. But we hit that one this week, and we really liked it. So, me and Phil, we talked about it, and we thought that was a good one.
Do we know when you kicked your first field goal? When's the first time you ever attempted an onside kick?
Because it wasn't a huge part of my routine. Maybe on I think it's really just this year I started practicing them with Blake on Fridays. Before we would do it, with the walkthrough and stuff. But yeah, we've been working hard at it, and it was just nice to be able to help the team out at that time. But it's just frustrating we didn't get the win in the end.
We've talked to you about this before, but what did it mean to get the opportunity? You came over to the States to play ball.
Yeah, I mean, you are questioning, whenever, it took a long time, and obviously me myself, you're I feel ready, but the coaches, they know what they're doing. They're paid to do this. They're really, really good, and obviously we didn't envision it being like this because Blake's been so good, and again, I've learned so much from him, and it's sometimes when was it? It was Tuesday. Tuesday was strange emotions because you saw your opportunity potentially coming up But then, you know, seeing him like that, it was tough. So because we're friends, you know. So at the end of the day, you get your head right, and you know, I was buzzing, and you know, we really on Thursday, you know, it was kind of a big day, you know, and I kicked really well. So yeah, I was just excited to get the opportunity now, you know, and to be honest, I'm kind of hiding it a little bit. I was absolutely buzzing.
Were you confident coming out of Thursday that you'd done enough to get the job, and how did that kind of get communicated to you on Friday?
Well, like the two of us kicked really well, so it was, you know, I didn't know what was going to happen, but I was at peace with whatever decision because I felt like Thursday went really well. So just really grateful to everybody and, you know, this organisation. You know, first of all, to take a look at me whenever I had only been kicking 3 or 4 months and I was really raw, and then for them to keep seeing the potential, you know. So and then to say, look, we think it's time, you know, this week. So just really grateful to the head coach, to, you know, to Phil, to the front office, even to Riz from last year. You know, Phil and Riz were the ones, and look, I don't know who decided that, but you know, just mention Riz too, and yeah, look, just very grateful to everybody in this building.
How did you tell your family that you got this opportunity? Did you tell them all at once?
No, my mom was my first call, and then my dad was the second, because my dad was working and he was like dealing with somebody at the counter in the shop he works at, and he was like, I'll phone you back in 5 minutes, and then he going out to the car, and you know, he was really emotional, and same with my mum. So it was awesome now, and yeah, those, I'll never forget those moments, and even when Phil told me on Friday, it was awesome. So yeah, look, I'm just very delighted, but you know, we'll have to move on now to the next game and see how that goes too, you know.
Well, come here to me, Charlie. It was raining cats and dogs outside there. Were you a bit nervous going in there, or were you like, it's just like home?
Sure, you know us, you know yourself, Connor, what it's like at home.
I flew in here and it's been raining since I got here. So.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, sure. You know yourself. We've kicked like that loads at home.
We were a little intimidated by the field because obviously it's a grass field, and like a turf field would probably hold up a little bit better. But
no, I just made a little adjustment where I was like a little taller and was kicking, so I wasn't planting as hard that I wouldn't potentially slip. And the pre-game went really well, so
sure did.
So yeah, I was just delighted with that, and that just gave me the confidence then going into the.
You
kick.
wore the same cleats today that you wear in the indoor, or?
Yeah, I wore the same cleats. Yeah, I wore like a football cleat in my plant foot, just for more protection on the ankle, and then just wear the Nike cleats then on the kicking foot, and the soccer cleats. And yeah, those were because we didn't expect rain, so
Yeah.
yeah.
And then obviously everyone was watching on, everyone was looking at the rain, everyone was waiting, and then you finally got your moment. So is there anything to say to all those people who were waiting, all the people in Ireland, everyone who supported you, aside from maybe the family and stuff?
Yeah,
the
sport's been awesome. Like you know, the amount of messages I've got this past, I can't, you know, it's incredible. Like, and I feel bad not giving back to everybody because there's just been so much, and just extremely grateful. Like that's the thing about Ireland. It's like whenever we've got somebody who's doing something different, like everybody in the nation gets behind you. Like, and especially up, you know, in Down and in Mayo Bridge, and you know throughout Ireland, I suppose as well. The support's been incredible, and just you know me. Like I'm very proud of where I come from, and you know, so yeah, it was class.
Well, we Troy Parrott last week, and Charlie Smyth this week.
I don't know
fair
about
play
that.
to you.
Thanks, Connor.
Is your family at least like going to New Orleans after this, or are they flying?
No, they're going home on Monday because my mum's a school teacher. She got a sub in on Monday, and then she's back to work Tuesday. And then I don't know what my dad's doing. He's trying to get sorted with his work holidays as well. But look, no, they made it work. And I knew my dad was looking to come out, and I didn't expect everybody else to come out because it was weird because I told him, and then we obviously were in the building all day on Friday, and then they booked on. And I just found out that they all booked on, and then they were going to sleep. And then, you know, so we actually didn't really talk much before the game, but I'll get to see them now here after.